Good morning. My name is Link Crawford. I'm going to give you the weather hazard briefing for Sunday, March 6th. Key points today, we still have a winter storm advisory that remains in effect for the southeastern highlands through Sunday evening. Snow accumulations in most areas will generally be modest, but they will be highest 1 to 4 inches in the southeastern highlands. Now, the next weather system looks like it will be bringing snow and wind on Tuesday and Wednesday, followed by the coldest conditions of the week on Thursday and Friday. Taking a look at the satellite picture, the low pressure system that had been moving through California and Nevada is now moved on east to the Four Corners area. It's still providing some snow showers to the southern and eastern parts of the state. But the next thing we're looking for here, if you can see in the satellite image this morning, is a little wave of low pressure that's moving through western Montana right now, but that's going to drop straight south through eastern Idaho, and so that's going to kick off a few more snow showers again this afternoon and going into this evening, and then it'll finally move south of the area tonight. Looking at the weather risk outlook matrix here, so pretty much any part of the state today could get snow showers, but it really looks like the Snake Plain is going to have little, if any, accumulation from snow showers. Really, the better chances are going to be in the other areas, but especially in the southeast highlands. Tomorrow, the in-between day after today's system, but before the system that moves through on Tuesday. And then, as I mentioned before, Tuesday we have snow moving in. Wednesday, the snow showers will continue, and conditions will be actually pretty breezy. In fact, in the southern part of the state, Magic Valley, the South Hills, Southeast Highlands, it looks like things could get fairly windy there on Wednesday. This system moves out by Wednesday night, Thursday morning, and it'll be replaced by some pretty cold temperatures on Thursday and Friday. This is just a map again of that winter weather advisory that we have in the southeastern highlands here. And now taking a look at some high temperatures on today and tomorrow. Both days fairly similar. Looks like highs in most areas are going to be in the 30s, except in some of the higher terrain we'll see highs only reaching into the 20s. Now, snowfall amounts, we still do have some snow. As you can see, like I mentioned before, really even areas like Island Park and down through the Snake Plain, not much of any snow accumulation today, it looks like. But some areas in the southeast and even in kind of the south central part of Idaho here might see 1 to 2 inches, even in the higher terrain 3 to 4 inches possible. Monday, so little chance of snow, it's almost not worth mentioning, but in some of the eastern highlands there may be some very light trace amounts of snow that fall. One other thing worth mentioning today, kind of in light of yesterday's gusty winds that affected especially the Idaho Falls to Island Park area, there will still be some gusty winds out there. It's currently relatively gusty right now in the overnight hours. As we go through Sunday, eventually those winds are going to taper off, but during the day today we could see wind gusts topping out in the 15 to 25 mile per hour range in some of the higher terrain, both in the northeastern and the southeastern areas, though we could see some wind gusts in the 30 to 35 mile per hour range. All right, so now we've talked about that current system going through, just moving on to the next weather system that will bring snow and wind on Tuesday and Wednesday, followed by cold. So this is just an outlook for the Tuesday, Wednesday time period, but kind of a first look at what we're expecting. The Arco Desert would have the lowest amounts at maybe an inch or less, but as you move farther to the southeast and get into the higher terrain, snow amounts are going to be enhanced, and so areas like Idaho Falls down to Pocatello, we're looking at 2 to 4 inches of snow. As we get down to the eastern Magic Valley, 1 to 2 inches. But as you get into the higher terrain in the far southeast, you see amounts that exceed 6 inches, even in some of the mountain areas, 8 to 12 inches. Some areas up in the central mountains also will see amounts in the 2 to 4 inch range. And here's the other story. After that system that brings the snow moves through, we'll get some very cold Arctic Canadian air that moves down into the area. So on the left on this map is the low temperature forecast for Thursday. And you can see a lot of single digits all over the place in the Snake Plain. A little bit warmer down in the eastern Magic Valley with lows down in the teens. But look at this. If you go farther north up towards Island Park, you see negative values. In fact, up in Stanley, the forecast right now is for a negative 15, so there are some double-digit negative numbers expected on Thursday morning in some of the higher valleys. And that will lead to a very cool day as far as high temperatures go as well, with nobody expected to reach the freezing point in eastern Idaho on Thursday. In fact, some areas up in the central mountains are only going to remain in the teens. So that'll be a cold day. In fact, we may set some record low maximum temperature values that day. And just to continue on, after that storm system moves through, as we go kind of next weekend and into the following week, it still does look like we have above normal precipitation in the outlook and below normal temperatures. And so that trend will continue. So just to review a summary of what we talked about, the winter storm advisory remains in effect for the southeastern highlands through the remainder of Sunday. And then we have another weather system coming mid next week. So that's all we have for today. If you have any questions or comments, look for the contact information at the bottom of this slide. Thank you very much. Have a good day.